Mediocre Murad has poor time management skills. As every day passes, he wonders, where is this time going? Why is it going so quickly? He has tried to create many timetables throughout his life, but they always seem to fail. He never sticks to them. He thinks they're pointless, too restrictive and inflexible. Meanwhile, Exceptional Imran understands that the best way to manage your time is to know exactly what you're doing each hour of the day. He acknowledges that some days won't be perfect, but that's part of the process. Assalamu alaikum, my people. My name's Pablo and I'm a productivity coach for young Muslim men. Alhamdulillah, over the last year I've uploaded every single day on various social media platforms. And as a result, I've picked up many life-changing productivity tactics along the way. If you want to level up your life and become an exceptional Imran, check out my coaching program, link in the description below. You see, throughout my life, I've always understood that there's importance in scheduling your time, in making timetables and doing to-do lists. I remember there were times back in school when I was young, like during GCSE times, where I'd make timetables. Alright, cool. After school, I need to study on this. Or after school, I need to study on that. Or during the last months of A-levels, I did the same. I was like, okay, cool. Mondays, I'll revise these 3 topics. Tuesdays, I'll revise these other 3 topics. And I even remember writing the timings, like I think 6 p.m, 7 p.m, something like that. And even during lockdown, in my first year of university, I was like, okay, cool. This is my daily timetable for every single day. It was like 12 p.m. to 3 p.m, I'll work on my degree. Then 3 p.m. to 4 p.m, eat. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I remember I put somewhere, play Clash of Clans, call my friends. It was all these different tasks that I had to do every day. But the thing is, I never stuck to these. Any of them. From GCSEs to A-levels to lockdown. And this habit stayed with me even when I began my self-improvement journey in May 2023. You see, I had been immersed in all this content by Tate, Hamza, Walla, Beckles, all these big names that talk about money and fitness. So I was like, you know what, it's time to pattern up and focus on becoming the best man I can be. And so sometimes I'd write to-do lists, then other times I wouldn't. But when I did to-do lists, I'd actually be more productive. I'd be like, okay, cool, I'll do this, this and this. Sometimes I'd write it and I wouldn't do much. And other times I didn't write it and I wouldn't do anything. However, I was still semi-productive every day because there was all this motivation I had from all the content I had watched for months, for many months. However, once that motivation faded away, I was so unproductive. I was doing all the bad habits you can imagine. I was waking up late, feeling groggy, eating junk food, all these processed foods. I was skipping workouts, and when I did work out, it was half-hearted and terrible. And I even showed a lack of attentiveness with my business. I was just hoping on a miracle without actually putting in the work and time and effort. I was in such a bad place. I remember walking in my area one day and thinking, you know what? Something needs to change. I was thinking, I can't keep living like this. I need to do something and get out of this situation. And I remember looking at my notes app and it had all these goals. Make 10k a month, career goals, business goals, everything. And I looked at one of them and it said, reach 100k followers on TikTok. And I was like, you know what? I need to dedicate myself towards that goal. You see, a couple months prior, I was in the car with a couple of my boys. We were just talking about life in general, self-improvement. You know how it be at this age. And I was like, you know what? I want to start this TikTok channel where I talk about history, politics, religion. And one of my boys was like, yeah, start it, do it, whatnot. People won't dispute you and whatnot. However, after that initial convo, I didn't take any sort of action towards it. However, on the 7th of October 2023, I was like, you know what? Time to actually dedicate myself towards it. This could be the thing that reverses my situation, makes me feel better, makes me feel happier. I'm not feeling groggy every day. I'm actually working towards something meaningful and purposeful. And so over the following week, I began to take action towards that goal. I began writing, recording, editing, and uploading. And then I remember one Wednesday evening, I set the intention to stay up after Fajr and do work. Because I had to get into work early and I was like, you know what? Let me just write scripts before I go into work. And that's when my whole life changed. I was like, you know what? I need to do this every single day. Because the mental clarity, the mental sharpness I felt was something I've never experienced before in my life. So from that day onwards, I began to optimize my daily routine. I went from, okay, cool, I'll just wake up and do work, to doing work from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. 9 a.m. to 9:30, I'll edit videos. Then 9:30 to 10, I'll do half a workout. To the extent that nowadays I schedule every single hour of the day. I even write when I need to take creatine. And what I've noticed is the more detailed your plan is, the more productive you'll be. How many of you guys don't have control over your time? You're always thinking, where's the time going? I'm so busy, but I'm not even doing anything. But at the crux of it, the real reason for this is that you're not managing your time correctly. You do realize you have 168 hours in a week, and only 56 goes to sleeping. You have to understand that you have an absolute absurd amount of free time that you're not utilizing. You see, we've all heard the famous saying, if you fail to plan, then plan to fail. But none of you lot really take it in. It doesn't register in your mind. The reason why this saying should concern you and scare you is because most of you are not planning your days and expecting success to just fall in your lap. If you don't have a plan specifically for your time, then you're aimlessly wandering through life. You'll just be a feather in the wind, letting other people and other circumstances dictate your life. You will allow anything and everything to steal your time and attention. I know a lot of you have these dreams and aspirations, whether that's business, fitness, and many other personal goals you may have. And the thing is, the only way you're ever going to achieve those goals is by planning your day, specifically planning when you're going to take action on those tasks, on those goals, on those objectives. Think about it, you may have the goal of getting to 100k followers on Instagram or 100k subscribers on YouTube. But if you fail to plan time out of your day to take action, then be prepared to fail in reaching your goals. Because you can have the idea, the desire, and the intention to take action and reach that goal. However, if you don't set aside the necessary time to take action, then you'll fall victim to life. If you're like, I'll do it later, I'll do it after I eat, after I pray, after I do this, after I do that, then eventually you'll never do it. You'll always procrastinate on it. However, if you schedule your day and say, all right, from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., I need to write a YouTube script or a Instagram script. Then from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., I need to, record that video. Then at 9:30, I need to get it done and upload it straight away. Because in this way, you won't be a victim of your surroundings. You won't be a victim of your circumstances. You'll take control of your life and your time. Why do you think every university, every school, every institution has timetables? It's to keep you focused on the end goal. Remember when you'd have science period 1, maths period 2, history period 3, PE period 4. Every single weekday was scheduled to a T. You knew exactly what time you'll get to school, what time you'll have a break, what time you'll have, lunch, what time you'll have this lesson, that lesson, what time you'll leave school. It was a basic structure that many of us hated, but it was very useful. Because the thing is, if you didn't have a timetable and you could pick any lesson you wanted to go to, you'll just go to your favorite subjects and you would neglect the ones you didn't like. And what would happen? You would fail most of your exams and only pass your favorite subjects. And what would happen? You wouldn't get into sixth form or college, and then you wouldn't get into university and get a good job. And so a school will give you a timetable so you get the necessary lessons needed to cover the whole curricula. So in that way, you have enough lessons to go over every question, theory or topic that could come up in the exam. And it's in the same way with any of your goals you may have. If you truly want to put in the work that can almost guarantee progress and therefore success, you need to put in the hours every day. You need to schedule your day every single day, no matter what. Because when you make a timetable, you're creating a framework for success. The same way the school makes a timetable so you do well in the exams is the same way you're going to make a daily timetable so you do well in life, specifically towards your fitness, finances, and personal goals. You see, the thing is, planning your day isn't restrictive. It's actually quite the opposite. When you start planning your day, you realize how much time you actually have to spare. You realize that you can get way more work done and increase your productivity tenfold at the minimum. You'll see how you can fit workouts, deep work sessions. You realize that you can fit a 1-hour workout, 2 hours of deep work, an 8-hour shift, and many more things in your day in only 24 hours. The only reason why you think it's restrictive is because your lizard brain doesn't want to do the work. You don't want to sit down and actually be productive. You'd rather enjoy the comforts of this world. However, you are able to follow the school structure, the university structure, and even your 9-to-5 timetable. So you have to do the same for your own goals. The thing is, you have to realize we have a finite amount of time on this earth. You see, once it's gone, it's gone. You can never get that time back. So you need to start making the most of it right this second, right now. Don't you want to be on your deathbed feeling grateful that you utilized your free time on this earth to something meaningful, rather than having regret that you wasted all this free time on pointless stuff? At the end of the day, my bro, you can continue neglecting the time you have on this earth and fail to manage it properly, which will essentially mean you miss out on the rewards this life can bring you. Or you can take back control of your life, take back control of your time, and use it to the best of your ability. Start planning your days, your weeks, and even your months. Utilize time as your biggest asset rather than your biggest liability, and you'll see monumental progress. However, the choice is yours, my bro. Remember, productivity is the path to your dream life.